Monday, October 16th. We're going to test this out, see if the connection is good, and enjoy. Okay. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. This would be a little bit sharper, I think. Does this work? What is this? Ah, look at that. I think this works. Aha, yeah, it works. I like it. I'm gonna use that. Cool. All right. Dun, dun. What's up, Ash? Hi. Hello, hello, hello. I am kind of just preparing my space a little bit. What is up? How is everybody tonight? Happy Monday. We're back at it again. How are you feeling? What's up, Ash? How are you? Hi, hi. How is everybody? How's everybody's Monday? What's your name? Let me know in the comments what your name is. Let me know if you're new. Let me know if you're kind of familiar or if you're new. What's going on? How are you feeling? And I'm just kind of preparing myself. Ash, did you come to mod? Or are you just saying hi? Loaded question. I have a fever and I never get those. What kind of fever? I don't catch the drift. Sometimes you got to be straight with me. I don't catch the drift. Hi. Is it Devet? Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to get into some free and paid readings tonight. I just like to allow people to come in, kind of more people to come in. Let me know. It's Devet. It's great to have you here, Devet. Yeah, I just like to let people come in. Let me know if you're new. What's up, J-Bay? Oh yeah, level. Yeah, I always take I always feel like when I get sick, when I was sick for those 2 weeks a couple of weeks ago, I always think of getting sick like that, or like even if it's COVID or something, I feel those are upgrades. Yeah, because you're like clearing out the old shit. You know, you gotta rest. Your system's upgrading. I see that. I think that's, you know, I think you're just upgrading. Definitely. Hi, Ashley. You're new? Well, thank you for being here. Hi, Wendy. You're new. So what's up, everybody? Let me know what your name is. You know, where do you hail from? Where are you at in the world? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're at. Lots of pressure spots. Yeah, there's the body feels like it's over, like restructuring. We got Georgia, got California. I'm in Colorado. My name is Angelica. I'm gonna get started here with free and paid readings here in a minute. Hi, Christy. How are you? South Dakota. Hangout mod. Okay. All right. That's cool. If you don't feel well, just let me know, and you know, no pressure. I'm happy to have you here, Ash. Oh, there goes my cat. One second. We got Iowa. Let's see, Kentucky. Hi, Ivy. Yes, 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 of course. One second. Okay. We're going to close that. We're going to close the door before she comes in and messes up my focus. All right. Ohio, we got Washington State, we got Missouri. What's up? What's up? Okay. Happy Monday. What's up, y'all? My name is Angelica. Let me see. Let me make sure that this is... Wait, we're good. I think we're good. So what's up, y'all? New Zealand, yay, yay, yay. What's up, y'all? My name is Angelica. I am offering free and paid readings tonight. I will be your facilitator and your reader. I am a quantum healer, an empath, or an intuitive empath, as well as a channel. And my ability to feel very deeply, and my general blueprint as a healer allows me to feel very deeply where there is in need of healing, where there is in need of reconciling and reckoning with certain patterns, trauma, emotional energies, etc. Right? So if you are, my readings will tend to reflect that. Okay? So if you're looking for entertainment, I'm probably not your girl. Right? But I am offering free and paid readings. Okay? And I didn't get all of that. I didn't get that done. So I'm going to try that again. Feel free to like the live or share out the live. And just so you know, Pikachu, aka Ash, she is my mod. Okay, so she's gonna help anybody if you have a question. She's my mod. And yeah, that's from one of the courses I'm in. I love it. And you can just call me Angelica. So my free readings, okay, let's get into it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight or today or wherever you're at. My free readings, my free readings are general readings only. So no questions until we get into paid readings, okay? So free readings are free readings are general readings only, okay? So you just leave a comment with your name. And then I will I will just intuitively scan the comments and intuitively go where I'm intuitively guided. All right. So that's the free general readings. Okay. They're just general. There's no questions until you get into the paid services. Okay. The paid services are as follows, right? 25 for readings. And that's, you can ask up to 2 questions. This is where you can ask about relationship, love, career, health, etc. Okay. And you can get, I don't really do yes or no without paid anymore because I like context. I like to give people context. I just like to give. Okay. So we also have energy work, energy clearing. I also do mediumship and multidimensional mediumship. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Okay. Those are my paid services. All paid services get you on the list, and all paid services or people that pay go first. All right. Otherwise, we just kind of do what we do intuitively with the free readings. Okay. As far as my paid services, all the links to donate are in my bio. You click the link, you scroll all the way down. There's Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. And then you let me know in the comments. You come back here, you let me know that you paid, or you let Ash know that you paid. Yeah. And then you just let me know. Do I do past lives? Oh, do I do past lives? It's not my specialty, but if you are asking for that, I can. It's not my specialty though. Okay. So just being honest, It's not my specialty, but because I'm an empath, I can feel into a lot of different things, a lot of different dimensions, past lives included. So yeah. And then, yeah. All right. Okay. So let's get into some free general readings. All right. Again, I'm just going to remind everybody, my free readings are general readings only. Leave a comment with your name. Okay. And I'm just going to fill into the beautiful collective that we have here tonight. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate you so much, more than you even fucking realize, because this allows me to do what I love to do and allows me to be of service. Just so you know, everything is for everyone's highest and best good. If at some time you don't resonate with someone, or if for whatever reason, if I'm reading for someone or for you, if something doesn't resonate, don't take it. If I'm reading for someone else, if it resonates, take it. That's the beauty here in like group work. Okay. Everything here is always done for the highest and best good of all. There is no harm done. There is no energy taken that is not freely given. This is a space of healing, nurturing, compassion, understanding, clarity, confirmation, upliftment, empowerment, and remembrance. Okay? Please respect the space. And welcome. Let's get started. I'm actually seeing someone in my head. Ivy, my dear, are you here? And so if I call you, let me know if you're here. I see you, Ivy. Let me know that you're here and you're paying attention, because I want to know that I got you. Ivy. Oh, 1 second. I didn't even grab my cards. All right, Ivy, you're up first. All right. All right, Ivy. Asking for the highest, most benevolent messages, insights, awarenesses for Ivy. Always. Okay, there we go. There it goes. Fell right out. Okay. All right. All right, my dear, are you ready? All right, this is your card. I know it's upside down. This is your card is comparison. This is how it came out, okay? That's always just an extra layer of information for me. So this is about releasing. See that word on the bottom? Releasing, okay? This is about the Orion star system, releasing comparison. Okay, but this, kind of comes up this way. And so for me, this reads as being kind of stuck in comparison. I feel like there's a lot of comparison, comparing yourself to other people. Maybe you're comparing, there's a lot of comparison, okay? And one of the biggest things here that I feel coming through is you could be comparing the beginning of your journey to someone else's, they're 20 years down the road or 10 years down the road. And so this feels like an invitation to move out of comparing and then move into a more empowering thought process around, excuse me. Yeah, we're moving some energy here. More empowering thought processes when it comes to, when you find yourself in comparison, switch those thought processes. It's time to reprogram yourself, deprogram yourself from comparing, reprogramming around, if you find yourself comparing yourself to others, what's an empowering way to think of it? If someone else is winning, you're winning too, because it's part of the human race. We're all winning, right? Or just there's other ways to look at it, other ways that are empowering, inspiring, that can uplift you and empower you to, move out of comparison. So there does feel like there's some healing here as well, because it's connected to the past stuff. Typically when I'm taken to the past, I'm usually taken to inner child stuff. Okay, so maybe I would also invite you to explore, do some self-reflection work around why do I feel the need to compare myself, you know, and where in your childhood, where was that, like, where do you feel that most strongly linked? What was going on there and why? And kind of start to work from there. Okay, that's where the healing wants to come in. Okay, that's where the light wants to come in, so you can start to really release this comparison, because it's keeping you in a loop that is, I'm just gonna be honest, it's not really serving you anymore, my dear. Of course it gets to be your choice because it's your life, but it's kind of like a disempowering cycle that you find yourself in, because it goes into comparison, and then you feel bad or shame or guilty or whatever, and then you start dumping on yourself, like dismissing your value. You have a lot to offer, okay? And so it's time to get out of that and realize just how valuable you are, the value that you offer, and start seeing yourself as, you know, the value that you bring, that you are just as a person, and that you bring to conversations, that you know, you're a wealth of knowledge and experience, and you can share that. You matter. You literally matter. So there's some work. I would say there's a big, strong invitation here to work, do some internal work, shadow work, and shifting some of this internal talk, internal dialogue. But that would get you, I would say, it feels like that's actually where you would like to go. And the comparison stuff is keeping you more, it's keeping you in the experience of stuckness. We're never really stuck because we're always moving forward, but it's going to keep you carrying that baggage. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. But that is your that's your card for tonight, my dear. Let me know if that resonates or not. It's okay if it doesn't. If whatever doesn't resonate, don't take it. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ivy. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. All right. All right, let's get back into free general readings. Ash, does it allow you to pin the paid services stuff? Just to kind of remind people that, you know, you can always pay for a reading or whatever. So my free readings are general only, okay? I seen someone had a question. So we only do questions. I only get to questions when we're doing paid readings. All right, so let me just, no. Okay, Devette, my dear, I'm feeling you. Oh, does anybody else see a poll? I don't see a poll. I don't see a poll. It's all good. Because it doesn't let you like leave a comment, huh? That's weird. I'm gonna have to, nope, it's not in the corner in my thing. And the poll, it must be a different screen. It won't let you. I wonder why. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay. All right, Devette, thank you for oh, okay, nice. All right, well, it's there then. Thank you for that, Jessica. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Okay, Devette, so asking, because this doesn't show up on mine, I'm like, I don't know. All right, Devette. So asking for the highest, most benevolent message, insight, awarenesses for Devette, for the highest and best good, always, always, always. For the highest alignment, the highest empowerment, upliftment, and remembrance. So it is. Okay, 2. Oh. Well, I don't know if that counted, so I'm not going to count it. 3. Getting kind of stuffy here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. All right. All right, Devette, are you ready? Okay. So this is your card, Devette. It's wisdom, okay? We're talking about wisdom. This is it, right side up. And this is about an initiation. Where it is. Initiation, okay? Okay, but that's how it's coming in. So let me just feel into this. Let's see. The first thing, or the main thing I would say I'm hearing with this is wisdom is synonymous with knowing, which is also synonymous with action. Knowing is not enough. If it is not paired with aligned, congruent action. So we can know all the things up and down all day. Oh, I know I need to change this. I know I need to do that. I know I need to do more of this. I know I need to do less of that. But if we're not applying it, or if we're not implementing it in our life, you know, we can't sit there and be mad about, my life isn't changing. Well, because we're not implementing the things that we know. So knowing something, so that's where the thing comes in. Knowing is not enough. It has to be paired with action. And true knowing is actually synonymous with action, because it's fully embedded within your cells, within your body. Not just the knowing up here, but the experiential knowing in the body, that we must also take action. We must also, so this is kind of what I feel with this. Okay, so I would ask you, my dear, is where are you just sitting in your head, like, I know I need to do more of this, or saying to yourself, I know I need to do more of this, I know I want to go this way, I know I need to implement this, but like you're not quite implementing the action that's going to be congruent with the results that you're after. Okay, so I would ask you, like, where are you not applying or implementing the knowledge? Okay, that's where I'm seeing is like the missing key. That's what I'm hearing your guide say, is that's the missing key. You got to make time. I would invite you to make time okay, first thing I would invite you is to see where you're at with all of that. Like, where are you not implementing the things that are going to take you to where you want to go, and to where you say you want to go. And then, what was the second part? What was the second part? Oh, okay. And then once you're very clear on what are the things that I need to be doing, do a little bit of that each day. Okay. So that you're incrementally working each day towards that thing. Okay. That will turn this into this. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there, but that is what I feel for you, my dear. Take it or leave it. And thank you for allowing me to read for you, my dear. Let me scroll back. Okay. Okay, you're welcome, Devette. Hi, Mommy of Four. So my free readings, my dear, have changed to just general only. Okay. Ash, will you let people know that if they are asking a question, just that, you know, the general readings, you're welcome, my dear, that the general readings are, or the free readings are general only. 1 second. Okay, so let's get back to the free general again. If y'all want to know how to do that, just leave a comment with your name. Okay. Otherwise, you can also, thank you, my dear. Otherwise, you can also do a paid reading or energy work or energy clearing. If you have, thank you for that. If you are curious about the paid services, then Ash has pinned a poll where you can see the price list and stuff. Okay. I'm actually here. I'm actually feeling you, DJ. Will you let me know that you're here? Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. You're here? All right, sweet. All right, DJ. I'm gonna kind of connect to your energy. All right, so asking for the highest, most benevolence, messages, insights, awarenesses for the highest good, highest alignment, upliftment, empowerment, awareness. Oh, remembrance. That's too much. That's like 20,000 of them. Distill that message, please. Most proper, or, you know, whatever, appropriate is the word I was looking for. Most appropriate message. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut the deck here. It's trying. There's a lot. Okay. Typically, there's a lot of, when there's a lot of different cards that want to turn over in a deck, that typically is an indicator to me that there's a lot of things going on in your field at once. Okay, this is very interesting. Okay, let me kind of fill into this for a minute. Okay. Okay, that feels like a little bit of extremes. Okay, so this is your card, DJ. All right, so this is it right side up. This is empathy. Who identifies as an empath here? This is about awareness, okay? Empathy. So this actually feeling into this card, it feels like there's a little bit of extremes going on. And it also feels like almost like too much empathy or not enough, or not even like not enough, but like almost like none or all of it. Almost like very, very extreme. So I get a lot of feeling and then like shut it down. No, I don't like that. There's also a little bit of, what was that? Okay, there seems to, I want to say there's also resistance around this gift of feeling, of empathy. When I think of empathy, I always think of empaths, and empaths are someone, specifically women, that I'm going to start like really honing in on and doing like a lot of group coaching, group healing, group work with, because I identify as an empath and I have really shifted a lot of my identity around this type of thing. So this is kind of what it makes me think of, okay? Is like shifting identity around feeling so deeply. You're meant to feel deeply. Are you meant to absorb it? Fuck no, you're not meant to absorb it. If you're an empath and you're absorbing people's shit, it's because you have your own shit that you haven't fully released, like traumas and stuff that you haven't like fully healed, fully alchemized, fully reconciled, because and that's why you're actually taking on their shit, because it's an indicator of like, hey, I'm taking on people's shit. There's other reasons why. There's like certain dynamics and stuff that we can get locked into. But it feels like for me, when I feel into this, there's a lot going on. And it's because you're feeling all of the things of everybody around you, your environment, you're picking it all up. And it's actually, I would say there is a big, big opportunity to heal a lot of stuff, to recognize and realize where you're absorbing people's stuff, where you're taking it on, and to shift all of that and realize you don't have to take people's stuff on. You can be a very powerful empath. You can have very, very sensitive empathy for people and not take their shit on. Okay? So it's more of an empowering message here. I would also invite you to explore the question of like where am I in resistance to my ability to feel so deeply, and why? And I always go back to, I would say most of the times I always go back to childhood, of where you told you were too sensitive, too dramatic, too emotional, to this, to that, and then you shut it off and you were like, no, I don't want to feel, and then that creates a split. So it feels like that's why I go back to, that's why that there was a lot of different cards that wanted to come out, because there's a lot to navigate here. There is a way to do it in an empowered way, and you can do it. But I would say right now your biggest opportunity is to learn how to feel in an empowered way, and that you can feel the energy, the people, the stuff of people going on around you, but you don't have to absorb it. It feels like there's absorption here, and it's also adding to a big reason why you resist and you don't want to fucking feel stuff. Which can also lead to, I fucking hate people, because you're taking on their shit. Okay, so there's a lot there. I would invite you, if you want to go deeper, I would invite you into a one-on-one session or a one-on-one private reading with me. No pressure. But that's always there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Empathy. Okay. Just a lot of empathy going on. Okay. Let me know how that resonates. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. What's up? What's up, Moon Girl? What's up? What's up? What's up, Jennifer? So yeah, you're supposed to transmute it. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for pinning that, Ash, because I didn't see that. You're welcome, DJ. What's up, Cheryl? How are you? All right, let's get back into free general. So go ahead and leave your name if you are looking to receive a free general reading. And Ash, aka Pikachu, is my moderator. If anybody has questions about paid services or anything like that, she can help you out. April, my dear, let me know that you're here. I'm feeling you. All right, April. Okay, April. Okay, all right, asking for the highest, most benevolent messages, insights, awarenesses, etc. Always for the highest alignment, highest empowerment, highest upliftment, and remembrance. 3. Okay, so I'm gonna split the deck. There's a lot of splitting the deck here today. Oh, okay, all right. All right. I cannot make this up. Okay. Literally got this before, but here's your card, my dear. April. Comparison. We had this a little bit. We had this just, what, 2 or 3 cards ago? Or 2 or 3 readings ago? Can't make this up. I literally shuffled it and split it. Okay, and this was the first card on top. So let me just fill into... Okay. This feels a little bit of the same, quite the same. But what I feel like this is like it feels like you get into comparison and then there's like a spiral thing that happens. And your brain spirals, your mood spirals. And it's like, ooh, excuse me. Yeah, we're moving some energy. But it feels like I get into comparing, me against someone else. And it takes me in a spiral, like a downward spiral. And it throws me back into a loop of shame, feeling not worthy, feeling unworthy, and feeling like I have nothing I have no value to give to this world. I feel like my life's meaningless. I feel like there's some hopelessness that gets kind of thrown in there as well. If it gets really intense or like really overwhelming, it goes into hopelessness. Hekia maha e hielo mai hise na lao e he na kia wa leia e na wa sekia ta 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 ta. There is grand opportunity to shift all of this stuff for you, my friends. This is about going into where was I taught? Where did I learn? Where did I teach myself? Where did I inherit this need to compare myself to others outside of me when I could be comparing myself to their 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road? That makes no sense. It's crazy, right? It's literally crazy. It's kind of insane, right? Why would we do that to ourselves? There's a diminishing quality there of like diminishing self-esteem, diminishing self-worth. Where was I taught? Where did I learn? Where did I inherit this need to diminish myself, diminish my value by comparing myself to someone I don't even know. Maybe I really like their content, but why am I comparing myself to them when typically, here's the thing. When someone comes onto your radar, unless you've been with them from the beginning, a lot of times what you're seeing is like years of progress. One really great example I like to use is I used to be a bodybuilder back in the day. And when my results really started showing, There was a time when I actually competed in a show and I won, right? But the thing is, nobody's seen me all those days in the gym, all those hours, like a part-time mother effing job in the gym. They didn't see all the hours of cardio. They didn't see all of the tireless work at the gym. They just seen that shining moment. And I want to say this to you because a lot of us get into comparison and we're seeing someone with years and years or a lot of reps put in. And maybe we haven't quite learned what reps do I need to put in, or we're just barely putting in our reps when we're comparing ourselves like an insane person to someone else's, moment or moments or life when they've put in all of those reps. And that's really, it's not fair. It's very unfair to do to ourselves. Okay? I know, and I understand this well because I used to do this a lot. And we all get into it in our own ways. But the way that you can come out of that is understanding first where this came from, who taught it to you, where did you learn it from, why, kind of getting into it there and giving your inner child what it needs, because it usually will come from the inner child. And then catching yourself when you start to go into comparison and say, you know what? No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to give myself nurturance. I'm going to give myself love. I'm going to give myself compassion. I don't know what point of the journey they're on, but I know where I'm at, and I'm going to give myself love exactly where I'm at. I'm going to accept where I'm at, because right now I'm building up to maybe where I'm inspired to go, or they inspire me to go, or whatever. But like, it's more about catching yourself, stopping that thought, stopping that process, and intervening. And that can be a process sometimes. It can take some time to kind of intervene that whole cycle, and love on yourself and say, you know what? I do have value. I am worthy. I am capable. And talk yourself up. Be your own cheerleader. So there's big opportunity to shift all of this stuff around and become your own cheerleader, and give yourself compassion along the way. Okay? But it's time, I would say it's time to stop comparing yourself. It gets to be your choice, but there's a lot of comparison that's going on, and it's gets into a spiral, and that's it's no longer benefiting you. It's just spinning you out. It's just spinning you out. That's what I hear. Okay? So I love you. It's time. I would definitely encourage you to do some self-reflection. Where did that comparison come from? And start there. Okay. I invite everybody that gets like a reading or that wants to go deeper into these things. Come in for a one-on-one session. They're gonna we can work real fucking deeply on this stuff. You're welcome, my dear. Thank you, April. I got you. All right. I see you. Let's see. Okay. All right. I see you. I got it. Hold on. Let me find a place to write your name on. Okay. So, Moon Girl, my dear. Okay, multidimensional. All right. So you're looking for multidimensional mediumship. Oops. Don't stop writing now. Okay. All right. So So, my dear, you asked for multidimensional mediumship. Are you open to seeing what comes through, or I guess what aspects might come through, or do you have a specific idea? Let's get like really clear in where we're going, or if we're just keeping it open, let me know. Yeah, drink your water. Ash, I'm picking up on your, not absorbing it, but I'm definitely picking up on your stuff. I have no idea. Take me away. Okay. That says everything. All right. All right, my dear. Thank you for the donation, my dear. It's always a pleasure. So I'm just connecting to your energy first and setting some intentions. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm actually being taken straight to the highest self. Okay, we're gonna do some channeling. So as I'm reading it now, we're turning into the highest self. The highest self has some things to say. Your higher self, your highest self has some things to say to relay to you more directly, as well as wishes to utilize the conduit that is me to help clear some things from your field, do some activating, and act as a mirror for you, okay? So I'm just going to listen in. The first thing I hear coming in is about trust. Big, 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 big trust. This feels like, I would say, an initiation path of learning to trust, especially yourself, which a lot of us have maybe many challenges or maybe struggles with. And there's a mirroring here of realizing that on a deeper level or a higher level, or however you want to think of it, you trusting yourself is also you trusting your highest self. And your highest self is you. And you wouldn't steer you wrong, would you? No, probably not. You might take yourself through some twists and turns, and there might be some jokes in there somewhere along the way, but you wouldn't maliciously drive yourself in harm's way or put yourself in harm's way in a dangerous situation, right? No, you wouldn't. And so there is the same level, very high level of trust you're being asked and invited to explore. And also explore, what's also coming up here is when were you taught not to trust yourself? By who? Why don't you trust yourself? Is this an inherited trait? Do parents or siblings or other family members demonstrate the same mistrust or distrust of self? Is it something that it was inherited? Is it something that was taught to you through, action, or somebody saying it straight out, or just your own interpretation of reality? Where did it come from? So there's invitation number 1 to explore that idea. Because you can always trust yourself. It's just about learning how to reconnect to yourself in a way that allows you to trust yourself. And a lot of this has to do with synchronizing our actions with our thoughts and our emotions. So a lot of these things, right, these are 3 different aspects of the self: our thoughts, our emotions, and our behavior, our physical actions. 3 lines of energy. If those 3 lines of energy, or at least 2 of those lines of energy, aren't congruent, they're not in sync, they're not in alignment. Like, so if I say, I'm going to commit to creating a course, and I'm going to commit to it every day, no matter what, and I start negotiating with myself, okay, maybe not today, I'm not feeling it, or whatever, and the next day, I'm not quite feeling it yet, and after a week, I still haven't done anything. Well, there is an internal, subconscious, unconscious conversation that's going on there between ourself and ourself. I'm saying that I'm going to do this thing, but I'm not actually keeping my word. I'm not honoring my word to myself. Therefore, I'm not honoring myself. No wonder you can't trust yourself if you can't even keep your word to yourself. So say you're going to do something, and does that make sense? If you say you're going to do something, keep your word. Especially if it's, okay, I'm gonna do my healing work, or I'm gonna join this course and I'm gonna do all of the things every day, or I'm gonna come to it every week. Committing to something and then honoring your commitment to yourself. It's part of how we build trust, which also helps to build self-esteem, which also helps to build confidence, because we're keeping our word to ourselves. It's so important, and it's so subtle that it can be easily dismissed, but it's one of those subtleties that, let's say, small hinges swing a big door, right? It's the little subtle things that actually, when you add them up day after day, these little small steps, they add up to huge, 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 huge benefits. Okay? It's important to be here and to align your behavior, your actions, with what you say you're going to do. If you don't want to do it, then don't commit to it. I mean, at least then you're in alignment. you're at least then you're what you're saying and what you're doing are 2 different things, right? are the same thing. There still might be a misalignment happening, but at least you're not saying something and doing another. So there is, I would say, with all of this being said, there's a major opportunity for you to refine and restructure, recognize where are you out of alignment, or where are your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions misaligned. Where are they not quite aligned? Where are they not quite congruent? And how can you realign them? Because there's an internal dialogue that's going there that is Um, it's either going to build, it's either building on trust or it's breaking trust every time you break your commitment to yourself. Okay. So there's the first thing, which was a biggie. We're just going to get right into it. Which is funny. I keep seeing your comment. So you're like, take me away. And your higher self's like, no, that's not the point. It's not about taking you away. It's about you learning how to be here, be empowered, and to own that. Okay. And definitely no judgment, because I've been there. I've definitely been there. Of like, I wanted to just take me away. I don't want to be here. But you know what? What happened was when I realized I was meant to be here and bridge heaven to earth, not go flying off, because that's not going to do anything for earth. It's not going to do anything for you right here, right now. When I was meant to anchor heaven to earth, and I finally committed to being here and learning about how do I do that? How does someone as sensitive as me remain present, like ground a project? How do I do this? When I committed myself to that process, so many things started to change and unfold. Okay. So that feels like there's maybe some of that there that might resonate. Okay. Okay. Next thing is, we just gave you a whole list of things around trust. Your higher self actually wants to go into this. The word I hear in my head is escape or escapism, wanting to escape or distract from actually being present and being here on earth. Not saying that you're not present when, not saying that you're not present, but it's more like being here and being like, I'm here, and being excited to be here. You're meant to be here. One moment. We understand the excitement to explore another reality, or to be distracted from the difficulties or the challenges that you currently face. We are here to remind you that before you incarnated here, part of your excitement was to be here. And because of the pain, the experiences that were unpleasant, the people that were not so nice, because of these experiences, they have created resistance to being here, being present, being fully engulfed in the deliciousness and relishing every aspect of physicality. And we understand that sometimes things can be different than when you initially made the choice. That things may be more challenging than when you first initially made that choice. That you maybe underestimated the challenge that you were immersing yourself into. This is a great challenge indeed. It's a great challenge that can also be known as the hero's journey. We invite you, if you are unfamiliar with this journey, we invite you to do some research around this idea. It is about overcoming great challenge, adversity, even the challenges within yourself, to overcome, to transcend those difficulties in order to realize through all of those challenges, those opportunities, who you truly are and how limitless you truly are. This is part of the challenge you knew you were coming into when incarnating here. It is quite a different story sometimes when you are actually here. That is okay. There is no shame. There is no reason to judge yourself. For sometimes feeling overwhelmed, or sometimes wanting to escape, or maybe even altogether distracting oneself. But we are here to remind you, Divine One, that the challenges you are here to overcome will be worth it. Simply through your own choice to commit and honor that commitment to yourself. It will be worth more than you can currently know. We invite you to remember. We invite you to rise to the challenge. And we invite you to choose to remain grounded. Because it is in remaining grounded that you are able to explore other realities and still know who you are. The only way out is through. The further you wish to reach up and out, the further your roots must go. Understand this. Otherwise, you risk becoming ungrounded or risk your mental facilities. Moving them out of alignment. And sometimes when things stretch too far, too fast, they cannot go back. Ground yourself. Be here, be now, learn to be present. The more you are rooted, the further you can play in the cosmos, in other dimensions, in other realities. Because you must know who you are first and be grounded there first before you go and play. Otherwise, you take many risks, many more risks than you may currently understand. All right, so they're kind of moving. I was channeling your higher self. They're kind of moving out. They're still here. They're still here. I'm just not channeling them. They actually would like me to, what is this? There's some light codes to aid and support with the information they were giving. Yes, around trust, all of the different things. There might be some other things in there, but there's like a basic clearing with some other codes. Would you like to receive this, my dear? That explains so much. Your highest self has a lot to say, my dear. Yes, okay, all right. All right, so I want you, let's see, 1 second. Okay, normally I would have people, okay, all right. I'm just gonna, instead of confusing you, I'm just gonna have you focus on your root, okay? I want you to focus at the base of your spine. Typically where the perineum sits, okay? I want you to focus on your root. Because a lot of this is going to be about grounding and bringing your energy downward. A lot of your energy is, I guess there's a lot of, there could be a lot of feelings of ungroundedness. It's because you're not fully in your body, okay? Because of like trauma and other things, there's a lot of like, I want to escape, I want to escape. And that's where a lot of people that are sensitive or people that, you know, identify as starseeds, they can like, I don't want to, get me out of here. A lot of people aren't fully embodied and sitting in their actual like body. A lot of them are half in, half out. And I understand it because I used to be there. I used to be there. Okay, so I just want you to focus on your root. Focus there, and I just want you to take some deep breaths and focus on your root. Focus on your root. Hilamai. Hioma yele okuye lana yaseke O ko ye ele ai ana ya se a ua ya la. Ko ye la ya ai a ua se a. Hawale a mane we he kia we e a ua ya. Ku miale a hia se kia ua e anati e se ia ta 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 ia ka ua kia sanate kia sanate kia. O kui I ku ia le a. Kia ue la ia ko mai a se kia ua na te I ua a leia mai I se I ua as. She kui e ni le leo ko I e le a as. Keep breathing and resting your awareness on that root center. Le kia wa yana te ata ia la mai hase kia wa. Kala wa ia la mai hase kia wa. Kia leo kia leo ia sene te kia wa sene ia wa te hea ko ia sana kia wa sana se leo ia hasana te hea ka o sa kia wa na te kia wa re wa se yes. Go ahead and take a deep breath from me, my dear, and let it out with a sigh. Hikau moloe hia male ia hasanati waka ia aka. Le ana uye kia mai alai. Se ala a te tikia ale a tia. Kawa na tikia o ahas. Shikili a tikia te la awea tia atikia. Shialea ataki ikia oele sea. So the thing that's coming in now is like there's feelings of unsafety, like it's not safe here. You know, the past experiences that I've had here, the people that I've experienced here, past experiences of people, places, things, trauma. They're all saying like this place is unsafe and it's unsafe in my body. This is also very common with empaths. It's also very common with, you know, people that are you know, starseeds or light workers, etc., healers, etc. Feeling of unsafety in the body, and there's healing around this. We're going to do a little bit of what we can. That's why that's part of what we're working on within the root, that root center. I would also, on top, additionally, invite you to work with understanding why you feel unsafe. You know, were there relationships where you felt betrayed? Was there physical abuse? Was there different kinds of neglect or mental abuse that, you know, or just everything was so overwhelming and you were so sensitive and maybe there was like no context or nobody explained or nobody ever said they were sorry or nobody ever just kind of explained to you like what was going on, that made it all seem confusing and unsafe. And so therefore it contributed to this feeling to get out of the body, to never be fully in the body because it's not safe in the body. Kia ia anadala o ese kia na te. Hale o ese kia na te. Awe asa na te kia wa. Understand that safety comes from within. And the more you heal and become aware of these different past events or circumstances that led to you feeling unsafe, the more you heal those and reckon with or process that any emotional energies associated with those things, the more you release that out of your field, the more you can reprogram yourself and understand and know that it's safe in the body. It's safe to be here. It's okay to be in your body. It's safe. And that feeling of inner safety begins to create an inner sanctum, an inner sanctuary, an inner safety. And that gets radiated out. And any of those, like those other imprints that were in your field that were a point of attraction of maybe, things to manifest that made you feel unsafe, and that reinforced those thoughts or those beliefs or that trauma of, oh shit, it's not safe here. Those things get wiped. Those imprints, they get released. They get alchemized, transmuted. Okay? It's a process. So there's trust and safety in the root that wants to come in very, very, very deeply. And so there's big, big, big opportunity, especially now after this eclipse, because something about this eclipse window, the other bookend of the eclipses that has brought in new energy to be able to ground this and to move through the things that you need to move through, okay? And we're just, what I'm doing now is just kind of finishing up balancing the energy and grounding the energy. We're going to bring you back into your body. And so with that, I want you still focusing on that root, my dear, and just feeling your body. And recognizing that in this moment, you're safe. It's safe to be in your body. It's safe to feel in your body. It's okay to trust yourself. It's safe to trust yourself. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to tap back in to see if there's any extra or any additional information. This is what we worked on and what we talked about, the information that was streaming through and channeling through to in this session, my dear. It's highly connected and interwoven with your ability to thrive here on earth. There might be a lot, currently there might be a lot of like feelings of like feeling powerless and not feeling fully empowered in your life, or feeling fully like in control of your life. And so there might be a lot of different, I would say it feels like there's some other things to maybe explore here when it comes to, like the root. But like what I'm hearing is your ability to thrive here is very intimately interconnected with being here and being fully here. Not that you can't explore other realms, but like you got to be here and you got to be rooted first before you go out there. Otherwise, you can, like they said, there's a lot of risks to that. So, you know, a lot of us want to crawl before we can run. I mean, a lot of us want to run before we can crawl, but we got to learn how to crawl first. And sometimes that comes with like understanding certain things. Because as equally as you go down, you can go up. As equally as you go up, you got to go down. So as equally as you become aware of your own shadow, you can equally be catapulted into the light, into the truth of who you are. Vice versa. The more you explore those divine realms, guess what? You're gonna be you're gonna have to go back into your own underworlds and your own shadow, and you're gonna be much more aware of the darkness. You know, the universe is very balancing in that way. So you want to be able to ground and be very aware of who you are before you begin to explore other things. Okay, you want to be able to ground or at least practicing that simultaneously, grounding in your own energy, being very, very healing anything that is around, or, you know, healing any old traumas or stuff, because those can act as blind spots and points of manipulation, points of infiltration. Like if you start to go exploring places where you don't quite maybe not quite know what you're doing, you're just exploring, you could be at risk for things to infiltrate you and you don't even realize what's going on. Okay, so that's kind of like what they were hinting at. And that's kind of what's coming through now. So they are finished. They are finished for right now. I would invite you to do quite into, you know, go into depth around this. Kind of what we talked about, either journaling or just self-reflection, talking to yourself out loud, like, okay, what's going on here? If you need any additional tools, please reach out to me, my dear. I can set you up with like a PDF of information of like how to process this stuff by yourself and to go really, really deep and to help yourself heal. And then, you know, if you need any other support, let me know and I will gladly I'm here to support you in whatever way you need. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there and I'm gonna come back to my body. Okay, I'm gonna come back into my body. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, all right, I wanna, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back up. Let me know how that resonated. It looked like it kind of resonated a bit for you, my dear. Please feel free to email me or message me. I just want to like okay, I see. So I'm just kind of I'm scrolling back up and reading through some of the comments that I didn't see because my eyes were closed. Right, that's awesome. You started to do the journaling. Good for you. I commend you on that. Keep going with that. Okay, all right. So, all right, I'm just gonna scroll back down, I think. Okay, all right, yeah, I'm gonna scroll back down. Oh, you were, okay, so you did resonate. You were crying. Okay, all right. All right. Thank you, Ash, for holding space. Yeah, the world is hurting and I feel it. Yeah, we all feel it. The trick is like you're sensitive and you're taking it on, and that's not going to help anybody, especially you. Especially you. Us that are sensitive, we're not meant to take that shit on. We're not meant to take it on or absorb it, because it does nobody no good. Nice, nice. Okay, I'm just looking through the comments. Sorry. I'm a little bit behind. But if you do, let's go back into some free generals. Oh, hold on. Somebody else paid? 1 second. Laurel Ann, you paid for a reading, my dear. Will you let me know what kind of reading would you like? Do you have a question? And I will get to you as soon as I get through all these comments. You're welcome, my dear. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and facilitate for you. It's always a pleasure. Yes, absolutely. Please do email me. I will email you back. I got you. It is. It can be really hard to face those certain things, but like that's where courage comes in. Courage doesn't mean that, it's not hard or we're not, there's not fear there, but it means that we're holding the fear and it might be messy, but we're going to do it anyway. And you got this. Okay. You're ready. You're ready. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Okay. So whatever flows from spirit. Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right, my dears. So my free general readings, okay, my free readings are general only. I need to fix this, but my general readings or my free readings are general only, okay? So if you would like to pay for a reading, then we can get into like questions about this and that, and we can get into a lot of different things. But that's how it kind of works. If you have any additional questions, let me know. All right, Lori. All right, Lori. So let me connect to you. You said whatever kind of flows. Perfect. Okay. I'm feeling cards. There's some very specific things that want to come through. So asking for the highest, most benevolence, messages, insights, awarenesses for Lori, for the highest alignment, the highest upliftment, the highest empowerment, and remembrance. Okay, and a psych. It said psych. Okay, 2, 3. All right, so we're gonna cut the deck. I don't know what I was gonna say. All right, Lori, are you ready, my dear? Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure and an honor. All right. Okay. Okay, next. Ah, okay, and next. Okay. Very informative. All right. You ready, my dear? These are all about expansion. These are all expansion cards. Okay, so your first card, for your first card, Lori, is connection. Okay, this is about expanding. I can get that to be connection. Okay, so let me kind of feel into this. Okay, so it kind of feels like you're in a cycle. You're in a cycle of your life where there is greater connection. Also, a part of this, another offshoot of this is like you're being invited into greater connection within and without. Okay, especially since we have like this thing called like social media and the internet, there are more ways than ever to connect, you know. So there's like, it's very interesting. I would say big invitation to connect with more like-minded people if you're not already. Right? So if you're into spiritual circles or whatever you're into, connecting with more like-minded individuals that kind of, understand the process or understand maybe what you're going through or can help you and support you. So there is very strong invitation to seek more connection if you don't already have those connections. Okay. Okay. All right. And that's okay. So that goes for externally. Internally, internally, same thing. Because, sometimes the external will help and support the internal thing. Like for example, if you have friends that are also into spirituality, it kind of can help you with like the internal stuff, especially if you have, if you're into like shadow work or whatever, they might have tips and tricks, or they might have, like videos like, oh, like here, watch this. They have like a good modality to utilize for, whatever. Okay. So that external thing can help or support the internal vibe thing, but it's also important to have your own connection with yourself, or God or source or whatever you want to call that, universal consciousness, whatever that is to you, having your own connection. So here is strong invitation for both internal and external connection. Because there's like, because there's like connectors. There's like pieces to the puzzle connecting internally and externally. So if you have the internal thing going, okay, great. Find some, people that you connect with or a group that you connect with and see, who you find or who you catch. If you got the, or vice versa, if you got the external thing, okay, cool. Then, so I would say it's really interesting how this comes in, but it does feel a little bit more internally focused. I'll be honest. It feels focusing more internally. I also do feel meditation with this. So being able to calm the thoughts and move below the frequency of thoughts, just to like where you're feeling and there's not like a lot of thoughts going on. If there are, you're just like, oh, looky, a thought, cool. Okay, wow, okay. So the next thing about connection is it does also feel like, what does connection mean to you? Whether you feel like, what does it mean on an internal level? What does it mean to connect on an external level? And gauging by your answer, where is there opportunity to connect in a greater manner? Does that make sense? Because this is about expansion. So maybe taking stock of, where do I feel connected? Maybe where do I feel disconnected? And moving towards, moving the dial from disconnection to connection. How can I improve that? Where's the opportunity? What's the solution to help me and to support me into moving into feeling a greater connection? And it doesn't come through like specific here. We can feel connected in a lot of different things. We can feel connected with family. We can feel connected with friends, or connection in nature. So like, where do you feel connection, that quality of connection, and how can you improve upon that? Okay. Where is there maybe a lack of connection that can be improved on? Okay. So that's your first card. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. Your next card is faith. I'm feeling like people annoy me at the moment. I'm isolating, but I get that. I get that. Okay. So that's why I was feeling more internal. That makes sense. Okay. That's perfectly good. That's perfectly fine. So your next card is faith. Okay. This is how it came in. It does feel like this is like that internal thing of like, this is what you're working on. Trust to me is like in the same kind of boat as faith. Being able to trust and have perfect trust is the same as, having perfect faith. Faith, trust, faith in yourself, trust in the process, faith in the process, etc. It does feel like this internal journey is helping to move the dial from this to this. Okay? To like reorient yourself. Having full faith, full trust in your process, your timing, your rhythm, your flow, your stuff. And then it's all going to move into that divine timing, that divine alignment, etc. So that faith element is being worked on. That's probably why you're isolating a bit, to be honest, because it's important for us. I noticed that with me. I isolated in my spiritual journey. I isolated quite a bit. And we do that so that we can release like projections or release like other people's stuff, and we can release and heal the stuff that we need. And like, we can get really tuned in to our own energy and purify our own energy. Okay. So there seems to be the aspect, I would say, or that element of isolation that's going through. It's helping for you to tune into and connect to your own faith and heal whatever needs to be healed about it, restructure it however it needs to be restructured, or do the whatever work needs to be done on as far as faith goes. Okay, they're telling me next card. Okay, the next thing next thing is uniqueness. Okay. Uniqueness. And that's the card, right side up. Again, this is about expansion. Okay. Uniqueness. This, again, with the isolation, this is helping you to really fine tune who is Lori, what does Lori want, what are Lori's values. Are those values changing? Are they shifting? Do they need to shift? All of these little tweaks and little nuances here and there. I'm going to turn this and tweak this. I'm going to tweak this a little. These like seemingly little tweaks are actually big, significant thing. They're big. They're actually big and significant in the long run, because these little tweaks are adjustments, right? So we could be like somewhat out of alignment, and we make all these little tweaks, and then we come into this greater alignment, and then further down the road, wow, those tweaks made all of the difference. Okay. And so these little tweaks are also helping you to lock in to what makes Lori unique, what makes you unique, what makes you you. Also, again, I'm hearing with this rhythm and timing, your unique rhythm, your unique timing, not the world's, not the collective's, yours. So I would follow your own, I would trust in this thing of like, okay, I'm isolating, I'm doing my thing, meditation, really focusing on the internal. Yeah, okay, aha, okay, I see it. How interesting. I kind of see it as you kind of sprucing up your internal world, like creating a great big cathedral or whatever kind of internal world that you like. It's you creating your own internal world and recalibrating faith, right? That all of the things around that need to maybe be recalibrated. And then that is going to bring this uniqueness. It's going to bring this into this. Okay? All those tweaks. You understand? Okay, cool. Exactly. Trust the process. Lean back into trust. Lean back into trust. Okay. With that said, you are, this is really just a confirmation of you are exactly where you need to be. Again, trust the process. You know, if ever you feel like, I don't know, what am I doing? What do I do with my life? Trust the process. Just lean back into trust. Because it might take longer than you expected. It might take shorter than you expected. Just allow your own process to show you and to reveal to you that, oh, I'm ready. Because you'll feel it. You'll be like, oh, I'm ready to connect externally, or I'm ready to be more extroverted rather than introverted, or not so much isolated, or whatever terms you use. Okay. Really, this is just a confirmation of where you're at. You're on the right track. Keep going. All of the little tweaks that you feel guided to do them now, because they're going to add up very significantly down the road, and you're going to be able to see like, oh, you're going to be able to like pinpoint, yeah, that was that tweak. That was that tweak. So it's kind of like lining your ducks up, getting all of your ducks in a row. Okay. Make all of those tweaks and you're good. You're good. Pretty straightforward, pretty direct. Is there anything else? They're saying no, this is more of like a confirmation. You know where you're at, you know what needs to be done. It's more of a confirmation. Yeah, letting go of control and trusting the process. It can be, for sure. And that's why that thing came in of like, whenever you start feeling yourself doubt or lost, or feeling like, oh no, my process is going on too long, you know, am I done? Would you, if you were following the directions to a recipe and you put it in for, you know, if you put it in for, it needed to be in there for several hours, would you check it 10 minutes and be like, oh no, I haven't, you know, you have your timer set, but like, you're like, oh no. Are you done yet? You wouldn't panic. So go back into trust, lean back into trust, and know that your higher self and your internal self will let you know. They'll give you cues, and you'll just naturally feel like, oh, okay, I want to move like this now. It's part of our natural rhythms, but we're not really encouraged to explore these. We're more like go, 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 right? In the Western world. So just trust that you'll know and that you'll feel it. Okay? That's the most sense of everything I've heard, getting ducks in a row. Hey, that's kind of what you're doing. It's a confirmation of where you're at. Just trust where you're at. Okay? Okay. All right. So I didn't keep track of time. But let's do a last call for free and paid readings. Okay. So my free readings are always general and only general. So if you would like a free general reading, here's the last call for, just leave a comment with your name. Thank you, Ash. And Ash is my moderator, aka Pikachu. She's my moderator. And if you have questions, let me know. You're welcome, Lori. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. We'll do last call. 1 second. I did want to scroll, or not scroll, but okay, cool. Swipe is what I meant. Okay. Is it Lenka? I hope I'm not butchering your name. Is it Lenka? AKA Madeline Sapphire? I like that name. I like sapphires. I like sapphires. They're my favy. Great name is what I was saying. Okay, so Lenka, I'm just going to connect to your energy. Thank you for being open and allowing me to facilitate for you, my dear. Okay, there you are. Okay, asking for the highest, most benevolent messages, insights, awarenesses, always for the highest alignment, the highest empowerment, the highest upliftment, and remembrance. Okay, there it goes. All right. Okay. This is a big one. This is a big one. Okay. All right. I feel it already. So this is your card, my dear, which is, yeah, I would. Yes. I think I know what you're talking about, Ash. I'm not sure though. So fear, this is about releasing. You can see that. That's kind of, there we are. It's about releasing fear. Okay. And because it's like this, the way that it feels to me is like your head. There's a lot of thoughts. A lot of that mental energy is in fear. And then I get like scarcity as well. So like fear. And I'm taking all of this on and I'm hearing it. It's left and it's right and it's here and it's there. And almost like I can't escape it. And it feels a bit overwhelming. Here's my invitation to you. I don't know if you watch the news. I would recommend not watching the news. I know that like a lot of us want to be informed. I allow information or things that are happening in the collective to come to me. I don't really go into things all that much because it allows me to quantum shift. And also help the collective as well. So if you're watching or you're tuned into whether it's the news or other things that are bringing you or putting you into fear, here's the very strong, very direct connection or invitation to disconnect from those things. You can remain informed and not go into fear. Okay. I'm not sure if there's like, oh, if I'm not informed, then I can't, then I don't know. I'm not sure that there's something about being informed that's coming up. So I'm not sure if that's something that, you go into a lot of, like, I want to be informed about what's going on. But like, here's the thing. A lot of times when we're like, I want to do this, or I want to do that, it's not always the best thing for us, because we could be connecting to it in a way that's keeping us locked in fear. And that's kind of what it feels like it's doing to you. Okay, hold on. The big thing here is about disconnecting what's causing fear, like recognizing the things that are putting you into fear and disconnecting from those things, and recognizing that like things are going to be okay and fine without your focus on the things that are bringing you fear. It's only causing you struggle and strife, my dear. Okay. It's causing your brain to overwhelm in fear. It's like there's a lot of thoughts. There's like, it almost gives me a headache, to be honest. And so I would actually also equally invite you to, if you don't already do shadow work, my dear, do shadow work and like go into the things that, why do I fear these things? Because there's like a lot of, when we hold a lot of fear, when we have like trauma and stuff that's unresolved, and we're watching things, or, we see the state of the world, it's those unresolved issues, that unprocessed emotional energy, those traumas, those wounds, they are blind spots. They act as blind spots. And they kind of act like blind spots in our awareness, right? And so then we're like unable to consciously see, why am I in so much fear? Why am I because there's entities or other thought forms or things seeping in or getting into those holes or those blind spots in our awareness, in our consciousness, and they're playing on those traumas. They're playing on those unresolved emotional wounds or that emotional baggage. It's playing on those things. That's why there are so many, that's how negative entities can get in and feed on your fear. They love that shit. Through the blind spots in your awareness. That's why shadow work and doing our work and facing our shit is so important. Because that's like closing up the blinds. It's like, oh, you're literally, when you start to reconcile and heal that stuff, you're closing those holes or those blind spots in your awareness, because now you can see. You become aware of those things, and you've released the stuff. So there's no longer a charge, an emotional charge. So I would highly recommend going into shadow work. And if you'd like me to provide you with a PDF of like a whole modality, like a whole, like, what is it called? I'm losing my words. Whole method that I use to process, emotional energies, different things, become more aware. You can message me through TikTok, and I will grab your email, and I'll email it to you. Okay. Otherwise, there are so many methods out there, but it feels like shadow work, big, because there's a lot of holes and blind spots that are being tinkered within your consciousness, and it's creating a lot of fear. And a lot of it is really just lies and illusion that because there's unresolved stuff, it's being played on. Does that make sense? I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot there. Okay. It's time to release the fear because it's not doing you any good. It's keeping you locked in a loop. I actually hear karmic loop, keeping you locked in a karmic loop. And it's keeping you recreating a specific trajectory for yourself. And a specific like future for yourself. You're recreating all of that now based on this loop of fear that I keep feeling. Okay. So I'd invite you to really lean into that fear and make fear your friend. Befriend your shadow. It is low vibrational. Yeah, it can really kill the mind for sure. Yeah, that's a really good. Yeah, yeah. Ash is just like, she's got it. um, so Lisa, is it Lisa or Lisa? That's kind of resonating for you too. Yeah, if we're not doing our work, our shadow work, and we're allowing our fears, there's just so much fear being generated right now because those negative factions are doing all that they can to recreate those potentials and those futures where they're still in charge, they're still in power, and they're still like, doing all the things. But if you transmute all of that shit, you no longer, you kind of, you disintegrate to those puppet strings and you can no longer be puppeted by fear. So it's one of the best things I ever did for myself. And I strongly believe that for everyone, but everybody has their own choice. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, Melissa. I got you. But you go by Missy. Nice. Hi, Melissa. We got two Melissas. All right. It can be. I could see that. It can be. It could be a necessary survival tool. I get that. I see how that can. I disagree and agree. Respectful. Yeah, exactly. Discernment. Yeah, discernment of like, yeah, I get that. Oh, it's more like a death has me on a loop and I haven't let it go. I got you. Is it just grieving? Grieving that process, Melissa? I mean, because grief is a natural thing, is a natural process. We just got to make sure. There's always a fine line with everything. You want to make sure that you're processing. You also want to make sure you're not getting stuck in shit. And that can be a little slippery, to be honest. Okay, so let's do our last call. Our last call. Free general readings. Anybody would like a general read, then I'll pick maybe one or two more. If you leave a comment with your name, let me know. And then I got you. I'm sending you so much love, Hillary. I do see you. Not to, I see you. Okay, Hillary. Hi, Paula. How are you? Okay, Hillary. I do feel you. Let's do a reading for you, my dear. Okay. Okay. So connecting to your energy. All right. So asking for highest, most benevolent messages, insights, awarenesses for Hillary. Always moving towards. Okay. Before I even finished. Okay. Do I need these things? Wow. Okay. So I'm hearing to keep all of them. You got 3 cards, but I'm going to do this as quick as I can. Okay. Hillary. Okay. So let me kind of fill into this. Okay. So this. Okay. I see. All right. I got you. I got you. Okay. Too bad I can't like put you and see it, but I got you. So Hillary, here we go. Your first card, anger. And the way this was like, it kind of eventually was placed on my table here in front of me. It's showing me that you're allowing anger to lead the way. And I'm not even sure that you're like, are you aware that there is anger behind, like all of the loss and stuff, there's anger behind it, which underneath the anger is pain. And I feel like you're feeling the pain. I'm not sure if you're aware of the anger or not, but there's anger that's leading the way. And I would invite you to also tune into the anger of like feeling angry that you've had all of this loss, how it's affected you, maybe how you feel negatively affected, maybe how you feel abandoned or betrayed or left behind, you know, feeling into the different qualities of why you might feel angry, but it's leading the way in the way that, you know, by the way that it's positioned here on my table. Okay. So it's time. This is about releasing that anger. And if you are going through a lot of loss, first of all, my condolences. Okay. Also, at the same time, I'm also going to say that's a really great thing. A lot of like, and I'm someone that's experienced a lot of loss and a lot of death. Okay. So I'm not here to dismiss it or not invalidate it. I'm here to show you that it can also be a very transformative tool that, you know, if we lost someone or we're grieving or we feel like, you know, there's a lot of death around us, etc. That's transformational energy. It's very, very potent, powerful energy to help us as well to transform and to transmute those energies and to really allow us to dig deep and release, you know, any unresolved issues, traumas, wounds, emotional energies that still need to be processed. That's very powerful energy to use and to tap into, to allow yourself to release the heaviness, to release the baggage. Okay. And anger is also a great tool to use. Like sacred rage. It's also a great tool for us to use to allow us to get angry at how maybe our lives, how you know, maybe we could change our lives and it's not going the way we want it to, and we can allow ourselves to get angry at like, you know, I see this, I understand it, fuck, I'm frustrated, and allowing the anger to like kick up the dust and kick the things into gear so that we move in a way that we prefer, and we utilize that anger in a positive way so that we can get a positive impact or positive effect from it. Does that make sense? So it's utilizing anger in a very specific way. Also, you don't want that anger to overcome you, because then it's just going to burn everything down. Okay? Always a fine line. With this also, it's actually so interesting how these cards are laid. But this anger is actually wanting to move you more towards neutrality. Okay? Yeah. Plus, if we're too wrapped up in it, we miss the messages. Yeah, absolutely. It's time you're moving towards neutrality. So you're being guided to move towards neutrality. And the way we move into neutrality is that we got to feel all of the things. I get that sometimes they're unpleasant. Sometimes we don't want to feel them. But the point of being here as a human is that we have a whole range of emotions and feelings to feel, because we're meant to feel. And a lot of people don't want to feel. They shut that shit off. They don't want to feel. That gets to be their choice. But then they cut themselves off from part of their humanity. And we can see why. We can also see, we can just look out there and see what effects of cutting ourselves off from our own humanity can do to the world, can do to our relationships, can affect how we relate in the world, how we relate with each other, how we get along or don't, etc. How it affects everything. Okay? So you're being guided to move towards neutrality through the pain, through the anger. It's just going to take some time. And you got to feel all of the things. You got to feel the anger. You got to feel the loss, the anguish, the suffering, the pain. You don't want to get stuck in it, but you also at the same time want to allow yourself to feel it, because it's important. It's going to help you to process and move and integrate the things that you need to process and integrate, so that you can move forward. And when you finally break through to the other side, you can say, I allowed myself to feel all the things. And you can almost feel like accomplished in that. Like, I allowed myself to feel all of the things. I'm on the other side now. The only way out is through. Okay? The last card here is your, hold on, is unity card. Okay? It's upside down, but that's how it came in. Okay? Unity. You're moving. It's very interesting. And I can't get way into it because this is a shorter reading, but you're being guided to move more into unity. Okay? Neutrality and unity by way of anger, releasing your anger. Okay? And tuning into that, not getting stuck in it, not getting wrapped up in it, but allowing it to move you in ways that bring awareness, that bring epiphany of like, yeah, that disturb you just enough to get you to move in a new way. Okay? These, if you allow them to be, these losses are great opportunities for you to shift very powerfully, very profoundly your life in a new trajectory. Okay? That's all here available to you now. It's just how you're currently kind of tapping into it. It's a little bit more like I feel powerless. I feel like I'm the victim, but you're not the victim. And that's not to dismiss that feeling of it, because we can certainly create the experience of it, and we can certainly have the experience of feeling a victim or feeling powerless. And I totally validate that, and I see that, and I understand that. I've been there. At the same time, this gets to be your opportunity to shift these things by feeling them, by asking yourself, what is this here to teach me? What am I here to learn from this? And allowing your process of grief to unfold as your process of awareness unfolds. Okay? That's a little bit longer of a read. If you want to go deeper into that, my dear, feel free to book a session with me, a one-on-one private. But there is your reading, Hillary. I hope that helps, my dear. Yeah. You utilize, I like Ash's ideas. You can utilize all kinds of different things to help move that anger. Hi, Taryn. How are you, my dear? I understand that your heart's so sore. There's power in that. Just sit with that and love on your heart. It's time to give. It's really in those, if you're feeling really sore and vulnerable and just like a open nerve, give your heart some love. Give yourself some compassion. Say, hey, I'm grieving all of these losses, and I feel so, my heart feels sore. I love myself. I understand that I'm here. I'm human. I'm learning I'm remembering how to move through these things with more grace and more ease. And really the only way I can really move through it with grace is just to allow myself to feel it. And I'm so sorry you feel so sore, and I'm sorry my heart is sore, and I just love you so much. And just give yourself love on yourself. Give yourself compassion and love in those times, okay? But I can feel the anger underneath, and just whatever emotion comes up, work with it, okay? I'm here if you need more support, or if you want to go into a deeper reading. But I feel that. Give yourself a lot of compassion, okay? You're processing a lot. So give yourself compassion and give yourself some grace. Okay? Yes, it is called, the PDF is called Reclaiming Yourself. Yep. All right, my dears. There are some interesting sounds going on in the neighborhood where I'm at. All right, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Taryn. It's good to see you. I hope Hillary. I didn't see her. I didn't see that she commented again, so I hope that helps, my dear. Sending you so much love, Hillary, if you're still here. Oh, that's okay. I pick up on stuff. It's okay. I don't take it on. But I was just picking up on it for sure. It's all good. Oh, you're welcome. Happy one. Thank you so much for the reading and guidance tonight. DJ, right? You're welcome. All right, my dears, I'm going to end it there. I'll be back tomorrow with more live free and paid readings. If you feel called to work with me one-on-one, then please reach out to me through TikTok or my website, and you can book through my website. Until then, sending y'all lots of love, and I will see you then. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Thank you. Oh, hi, Hillary. Yeah, okay. I see you, Hillary. I love you. Love you.